I should probably sit in like my conspiracy corner video because this is going today is strange and weird things that have happened from my wonders. I'm starting off with a kind of conspiracy theory kind of thing, but like there's some like really weird things that are very usual, are very unusual. That, and I'm gonna end with one of my favourite ever pairings. And if Fernando Alonso was not retiring, I would love this pairing to happen again because it was a very toxic. We've seen some toxic pairings in the past, like ancient pairings, like Nelson PK and Alan Prost and Ayrton Senna, like pairings like that, but the end pair, but the end thing we talk about was a very toxic pairing. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the first one, which I absolutely love. So this is, I literally found this out 10 minutes ago, and I'm addicted. This is a new series, the telly's on. I'm about to continue to lose swimming in a minute, so the telly's on. I'm actually watching +1 because somebody forgot to start watching this morning, so I thought, you know what, let me just like watch this morning on +1. Okay, so I'm going to start off. So Sebastian Vettel was born in 1987. Okay, let me just start again. Okay, so Sebastian Vettel is most known for being with Red Bull. He's won all the championships with Red Bull racing. So Sebastian Vettel was born in 1987. The same year Red Bull, the drink company, launched. What? Huh? That's very crazy to think that multiple years later, he got a lot of oh my god, I can't speak down. He got a lot of success from Red Bull racing the Formula 1 team. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about one family and this father and this son who have caused a lot of controversy in this sport. So the first thing is about the father because let's start with the older person. Okay, so in 1982, Nelson Piquet Sr. was leading the German Grand Prix when Elizur Salazar, which I love, like Salazar Severing, I literally love that. Salazar crashed Salazar was trying to overtake him, and they ended up crashing. So obviously PK must have been very mad because obviously PK wanted to win that championship that year. He wanted obviously to win the race, so obviously he was very angry, as he probably has some right to be angry at Salazar. So obviously PK has some right to be angry at Salazar, and as I've preached a lot of time, I'm going to preach this now. A lot of the times they allow them to drivers get very, they have a lot of adrenaline and they're very pumped up because obviously they're racing. They train so hard. Honestly, we train so hard to lose we lose about 6 kilograms every single race. 3 kilograms, so literally I swear. They sometimes some drivers don't have drink systems. They don't drink for 2 hours. They basically just sport with everything and kill themselves. They can die in a hat. Robert Wickens, who's an IndyCar driver, which is another sport, literally is having surgery as we speak for flying into a fence during IndyCar. That is crazy. I did a video, Jules Benke died the other week, so he got out of his car and punched Salazar right in the face, And this isn't the first time. Like, James Hunt was very, very famous. I'm gonna need to video James Hunt. James Hunt was very famous for getting easily angry. But back in the day, like, they used to, like, literally have a fag literally like 10 minutes before they went in the racetrack. They would have they the routines obviously having a fag and then going on stage, getting in the car and driving. That's like, so yeah. So now we're going to be talking about Nelson Piquet Jr. So in 2008, Nelson Piquet, so it was the Singapore GP, and he was driving for Venom at the time. He now couldn't drive. He now drives in Formula E, and he does stock car racing in Brazil. But that's just a bit background. So he was teammates with Fernando Alonso, the great Fernando Alonso. We love you, Fernando. He's retiring, so that's okay. So Nelson Piquet Jr. crashed deliberately during the Singapore GP. So it was lap 14, and Fernando had taken an early pit stop, and it kind of helped Fernando to win the race. It came out after that it was in fact deliberate, and the team principal and both him. So the team principal and Piquet Jr. have both now been made sure they cannot race in Formula 1 again. And it took a few years until he was allowed to race in any car particularly, but it wasn't in fact Piquet. Piquet kind of was getting a bonus, and he was very incensed by the bonus. Okay, so now I've got my two favourite things ever. Okay, so during the TV, this is just crazy. I'm gonna have to say Neil, because it's Neil Horan, and it's not Niall, it's Neil. It's not Niall. Okay, so during the 2003 British GP, Neil Horan, which was like a very deranged priest who believed that the world was ending, got onto the Silverstone track and was on Hanger Street, which is the corner. I was running across, kind of like deludedly shouting, "The world's ending! The world's ending!" And yeah, he was like one of the only tracking pages to ever get on the track, and I've seen footage on it. It's literally the craziest thing ever. Like, the drivers, obviously, it was like the safety car as they got the man off. He's only on for a matter of like 30 seconds, but obviously it was very dangerous for Horan for Horan. It's not now Neil Horan, and for the drivers, obviously, it's a very big safety concern. So even though it's a bit funny to just giggle at now, obviously it's a very big safety concern. So we're now skipping forward 4 years in 2003 to 2007, the rise of a champion. Who are we talking about? We're talking about a certain man from Stevenage, 44. He's a vegan, but his initials are not vegan whatsoever. We're talking about Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso. So they're they were teammates, and they were only teammates for 1 year because it was very toxic. Toxic. Oh my gosh, I love that song. Toxic. Okay, so yeah, a very, very toxic relationship. Like, Fernando Alonso was very angry. Like, they were treating Lewis with more respect from him, and he'd been driving a lot longer, and he deserved more respect. Lewis was like angry. It was a very toxic time for McLaren, and Fernando went to Ferrari and then went back to McLaren. And I was obviously gonna be at McLaren until he retires at the end of this year. So I've definitely got a lot more to come, and with like this, but I definitely do my video maybe my sister like picks my makeup. so she can pick if like, so I'll do like my foundation and like my brows, and then I'll come on camera and she can sit here and pick if she wants me to have like a shimmery bronzer, matte bronzer, contour, what blush, like what highlighter, like do I do a full highlighter, do my forehead everywhere, do a simple highlighter, do a contour my nose, what eyeshadow do I do, what lip do I do? Just kind of, so I want kind of do that, but I obviously still need to like literally sort out the makeup collection. But let's just do this video, and if you guys have anything like, oh yeah, I need your help. So tomorrow's video, so Tuesday's video is I'm going to do another Q&A, so I need your questions, so please send in your any questions you have for me and I will be answering them. I'm going to be answering them while doing we're getting ready. So I'm going to do a makeup tutorial while answering your questions. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you soon. Bye.